In the opening chapter of the Gospel of Luke, God sends the angel Gabriel to Nazareth with a message. Behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call him Jesus. Here the human story of Jesus begins. Mary answers the call, saying, "Let it be done to me according to your word." The Basilica of the Annunciation, completed in 1969 and designed by Giovanni Muzio, is a modern two-story structure built over the remains of earlier Byzantine and Crusader churches, marking the site of the incarnation of Jesus Christ.
This is the biggest basilica in the Middle East, built in a village during Jesus' time, which was the smallest. There were not more than 250 people living over here. Never mentioned in the Old Testament, not in any of the apocryphal books. No wood over here. People would go to Cyprus, around 2 hours walk away from here, because Herod was building the new capital for Galilee. And yet here we are after 2,000 years to honor the Mother of God. We're standing in the biggest basilica. And then, of course, plaques were added over here from different countries to represent Our Lady.
Now we're here actually inside the Grotto of the Annunciation, and what a huge honor to bring you with us, because they very rarely open the gates to allow us enter into, literally, as the words tell us, the Word became flesh here. We know the story of the Bible. The angel Gabriel appeared and history waited. God did not interrupt humanity with cracks of thunder. He asked for consent. It began with a young lady's yes. Right here was the first time in human history that divine will of God and human freedom first fully cooperated. It's the deepest mystery of the relationship between God and man. It is the most important event in human history. Well, Father, that would be the resurrection and the crucifixion, yes, but none of that happens without the Annunciation and the Word made flesh.
The mystery of the incarnation is, for many, awe-inspiring and profound, yet also deeply perplexing and thought-provoking. It sparked intense debate among members of the early church, resulting in disagreements and heretical movements about the divinity and humanity of Jesus Christ. In the spirit of study, prayer, discussion, and discernment, the Council of Chalcedon, held in 451 AD, ultimately affirmed what is known as the hypostatic union, that divine and human natures united in one divine person.
It may be surprising for many to know that Jesus Christ was not a human person. He was a divine person with a human nature. So Jesus is defined in the Catechism as one person and two natures, human and divine, fully divine in his nature. But he was one person, the second person of the Trinity, that came to earth and assumed that human nature. So when a mother gives birth, she doesn't give birth to a nature, she gives birth to a person, and that person was the divine person of the second person of the Trinity.
Many people want to know, is this the spot? Yes. Do I know this is the spot? Absolutely. Why do we say the angel appeared in this cave? Keep it in mind, back in the first century, when people used to build houses, they would build their houses on top of caves or in front of caves. And the caves had multi-purposes for storage, food, oil. But in Jewish families, these grottos were the isolation rooms for women.
The Gospel of Luke says that Mary initially panicked when the angel appeared in the room.
If we go back to the Old Testament, hospitality of Abraham, the angels walked in. They didn't fly in. They looked like men. And to confirm that, even Sarah was sneaking, because women are not supposed to be in the presence of strange men. So why Our Lady panicked when she saw somebody greeting her? Because he happened to appear in a very private place, not only in her house, because the house is on top of it, And you can see the staircase coming down here. Put yourself in her shoe and understand.
And this would have been the original staircase of first century.
The original.
That's incredible.
The original staircase that was restored. She was home, decided to come to the storage room, and all by the sudden, coming down that staircase, she hears somebody saying, "Hail Mary." Would you panic? Yes, you will panic because you don't expect to see somebody. But if she was not a good Jew who knew exactly what were the prophecies, how would she even accept what he was talking about? She knew when she listened to the word, she recognized and she submitted to become the servant of God.
And here in Mary's house in Nazareth, pilgrims can still reflect on the great mystery that the Church commemorates each year on March 25th, the Solemnity of the Annunciation.
So the message here is this was the place where the relationship between God and man took a whole new level, and God awaited a simple fiat that was not just simple, but is one that set an example for all of us, to all of us give our yes to God.